everyone, I am the piano girl Johanna, and welcome to Caribbean Passport TV, your guide to our amazing world. Here in the Caribbean, we are a colorful and diverse collection of people, and so it is no surprise that we celebrate our culture very differently from the rest of the world. And you see this in the way we express ourselves, in our music, our cuisine, and our warm and friendly nature. This is Caribbean Passport TV. Here's a look at what's coming up on the program today. It's festival season taking place in abundance, and Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago led the way in February. What was truly inspiring, I think, was watching the faces of the children who now play such a major role in Carnival. Here is a heartwarming story about a band with the power to make a difference.
One of the enduring elements of the Trinidad and Tobago Carnival season is Kiddies Mass. Events such as the Red Cross Carnival, the St. James Children's Parade, and the Junior Parade of the Bands have served as an outlet for younger generations of masqueraders to break into the spirit of Carnival with an already high level of costume creativity and choreography. One of the large children's bands on the scene, Zebapique Productions, has stood out due to its work with communities across Trinidad and Tobago, from which many of the band's mass players hail, with an overarching aim of social development through local culture.
Our tagline is solving crime through culture. Solving crime through culture, that's what my tagline is. And what we do for the children of the different areas, we make them important. We make them feel important. We make them feel proud. When they walk the road with our costumes, you can see a sense of pride.
Zebapique's approach to community building has been a perfect fit to Republic Bank's Power to Make a Difference program, especially with the band offering certain opportunities for the masqueraders and those working on the sidelines.
The Power to Make a Difference is the ideal tagline for this program, because we are making a difference. And what is so important too with Republic Bank, they have not just funded it, but their volunteers. We had about 40 volunteers this year came and helped with the band. And again, a company could say, okay, take this and, produce your band, thank you. No, they made a difference.
What is unique about Zebapique is that they get the children and the parents involved in the mask making and the costume design and making. So it is meant to transfer knowledge, and at the end of the day, it falls on our Power to Learn pillar in our Power to Make a Difference program, where we try to encourage learning, whether it's through culture, education, and in this instance, it's a mix of both, because of course, our culture has an economic value to it, and it means now that we have a next generation coming up that will be able to carry on Trinidad and Tobago's culture and art form. And that's very important to us at Republic Bank, that we ensure sustainability in everything we do.
The Republic Bank is the best thing that has happened to the project, because without them, we would not have been where we are today. The Republic Bank sponsorship, they have sponsored this year 300 children.
Sharon Clark Rowley, wife of Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, serves as patron of Zebapique Productions, and along with Minister of Energy and Energy Industries Stuart Young and United States Ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago Candice Bond, paid a visit to the band as it made its final preparations before setting off for the Junior Parade of the Bands 2024.
They could not have chosen a better channel to give back to the less fortunate young children of Trinidad and Tobago. And I could not have thought of a better initiative, because our culture of the nation lies in the hands of our children. So we have no fear that our culture, the culture of building mass, will not be lost. They understand a different side of living. They understand what it is now to be participating in groups, appreciating each other, developing friendships. Republic has been exceptional. And year after year, they are there. And sponsorship is so important. The band reaches out to others to assist. But if only they can replicate what is being done by Republic Bank, we will be working wonders.
This is my second year and my second carnival, and I love all the various elements. Everyone in the country gets involved. Every age group, it doesn't matter where you come from. Everyone is involved. It's just a whole nationwide celebration. So it's so beautiful. And what I particularly love about Zebapique is the fact that it really works on social development, and really the children have an opportunity to find themselves and to build their self-esteem. And it's really incredible within the arts. And it really is important in terms of their growth. It's important in terms of their ability to connect with their peers and also, their mentors, which gives them a solid foundation.
In the end, Zebapique Productions, with its presentation, The Story of Paradise, did not disappoint, as it copped the Downtown Port of Spain Junior Band of the Year title and finished second in the non-school large band category. The kids got into the vibe, the production was on point, and the band members worked together with a common goal of putting on a great show.
So Caribbean Airlines has been bringing us all together, bringing families together, bringing friends together, together in love, together in culture. And they've been pretty busy this year. So let's take a look now and see what they have been up to.
So I feel like if I can put that Spain, pack a bag and take a trip again, to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Caribbean Airlines takes flight once again. We are the airline of the Caribbean that captures the essence of local culture and gives you a front row seat.
Caribbean Airlines truly represents our diverse region and welcomes you to soar to new heights, as this is only the beginning. From unveiling a new look with uniforms designed by our own team, to the focus on customer appreciation on the road and in the air, Caribbean Airlines was with you every step of the way.
I always book Caribbean Airlines as much as I can, just because I appreciate it and the service that I get. I'm happy to see the new things that they want to do in 2024, especially for us who live on a plane and who have earned 1 million+ miles.
I continue to use Caribbean Airlines because of the hospitality, the efficiency. I'm just looking forward to continuous enjoyment and courteous service and everything else that goes with Caribbean Airlines, and the use of the lounges, which is exceptional.
From network expansion to your favorite intra-regional destinations to career expos and a focus on sustainability, Caribbean Airlines is on a mission to heighten the Caribbean experience. Welcome home. It's a promise and a beckoning. It is in the nation's DNA. There was a special treat for inbound passengers traveling for the carnival season. Caribbean Airlines brought the fete to the airport. But they did not stop there. Families also got to partake in a carnival village with the event Culture in the Park.
This is really fantastic what Caribbean Airlines is doing. It's a great way for everyone to get a taste of the culture, of the vibes, of the love. It was a fantastic environment, very safe. It was wonderful.
Every time is a new experience. I love it. And as you say, Caribbean Airlines, you're bringing it home. I love that. Yeah.
The experience was amazing. I'm just being able to perform for not just adults, but the kids. I love the kids, just being able to see them enjoy themselves, because kids just get to leave out a lot of times. So being able to see the kids enjoying themselves is an amazing experience. I'm all for kids. I love them.
For me, it's always been support local, and you don't get more local than Caribbean Airlines. We love traveling on Caribbean Airlines. You feel like home even though you know you're leaving home. You get a piece of home, you get the local food, you get the local ambience. It's a nice vibe.
Blessing and love to St. Vincent, Grenada, St. Lucia, Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, Antigua,
that is partially the actual stops. In essence, wherever Caribbean Airlines fly, we fly.
On departure arrival, Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the Port of Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again.
Caribbean culture is interwoven into the fabric of your airline.
Welcome home, welcome home.
Welcome to the new age of Caribbean Airlines as the network expands. Exciting times are ahead for you, our most valued customer. We connect the Caribbean, and your well-being is our top priority. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey. There's smooth sailing ahead.
We've built a brand story that soars with purpose. Let us embrace the open sky, wings outstretched, and continue to build something truly remarkable, truly Caribbean.
Welcome home, welcome home. Caribbean Airlines and with DNA.
Over 300 years of tradition. A journey from swaying cane fields to ancient stills. The rums produced by Demerara Distillers Ltd have a history that began in blazing fire, a cleansing, cane stripped bare, the Caribbean's liquid gold revealed within. It is in this age-old process defined by our ancestors that this legendary spirit is born again. El Dorado, crafted richer, aged deeper.
I really hope you're enjoying the program so far. There's so much more to come, including one of my music videos, but you're going to see that a little bit later. Let's take a look at what's happening in Barbados. To tell us more, we're going to meet Graham Clark of Barbados Tourism Marketing, Inc.
I'm Graham Clark, the Caribbean Director for the Barbados Tourism Marketing, Inc. And we are here actually supporting this carnival through an activation. We normally seek to promote Barbados as the isle away for Trinidadians who want to get away and to come and to enjoy what Barbados has. And we are here as a team in conjunction with the National Cultural Foundation, just doing our thing at the parties, at the events, and on the streets, and showing support for this great carnival. We're not just here about the carnival. Trinidad represents a domicile for business. It has a vibrant tertiary education sector with the University of the West Indies St. Augustine campus based there, and also the University of Trinidad and Tobago, and a very vibrant tertiary environment. So we want to also promote education as a means of exchange for tourism as well. And we're looking at things like agriculture and energy. Trinidad is a country that is very high in energy, and we are looking at energy transformation in Barbados. So we're here to promote, as I said, not just the carnival, but to look at what we call the MICE time of market, you know, meetings, incentives, conventions, and events. And we're going after that market. And we talk of market as though it's an inanimate thing, but it's really linked to people. And we are here to connect with people and to make things happen. Economic enfranchisement can happen through this initiative. And I'm really happy to see the corporate support behind this. And of course, we are very, very pleased to know that the Prime Minister's wife, Mrs. Rowley, is also associated with this. The US Ambassador and many other key individuals in international development and in government are supporting this initiative, and we feel it's an excellent opportunity. I'm sure the government of Barbados supports this, and if the Prime Minister, the Honorable Mayor Amor Motley were here, I think she would be at something like this because she's committed to community tourism. and to the evolution of village-based tourism within Barbados. So we are very, very happy, and of course, my substantive minister, the Honorable Ian Gooding-Edgell, Minister of Tourism and International Transport in Barbados, and my chair, Mrs. Shelley Williams. On behalf of all the BTMI, we just want to say a big thank you.
Caribbean Passport TV is now proud to take you on a journey to some of the cocoa plantations. Now, it is a must-see when you visit Trinidad, and courtesy TTL Tourism Trinidad Ltd, we highlight the success of several top award-winning cocoa producers from Trinidad and Tobago who recently excelled at a festival in Holland.
Well, it's safe to declare that most of us love chocolate. From the brands that we have all known for decades, to the fine varieties, to the gourmet delights that we mostly give out as gifts, or buy to satisfy our own guilty pleasures. It all originates with the Theobroma cacao tree, which produces pods loaded with 20 to 60 cocoa beans, from which raw cacao can be processed into chocolate liqueur, cocoa solids, cocoa butter, and chocolate. Well, it turns out that 3 cocoa producers from Trinidad and Tobago were among the prize winners when the Cacao of Excellence Awards for 2023 were recently announced in Amsterdam. Dulari Ramdath, Shankar Tilaksing, and Stephanie Omardine were all revealed as Cacao of Excellence Silver medalists, as the awards recognized top-notch cocoa producers from across the globe for the quality and diversity of their cacao. The trio were among the recipients representing the Central America and Caribbean basin, where the cocoa has been lauded for its high standard for generations and is used in the manufacture of fine chocolates. Ramdath's estate is located at Ecclesville in southeast Trinidad. She continues a legacy of family involvement in cocoa production.
As a little girl growing up, I went with my parents in the cocoa field to help heat cocoa, crack cocoa, dry cocoa. So it is in my blood. Eventually, my brother Jiwan Gangaram asked me to work in his fermentary, which was a lot of hard work, but it was worth it because of the quality beans, which I'm proud of.
Fermentation methods and other areas of cocoa processing are monitored by organizations such as the Cocoa Development Company of Trinidad and Tobago, which is committed to continuously raising the bar when it comes to various production methods by farmers, such as Shankar Tilaksing of Granville, who is firmly established in southwest Trinidad.
Produce beans as a very high quality for our community and country. I want to expand and send that experience that I have in producing cocoa beans to my future generation and other community members. Because of the fact that we are in the remote area of the country of Trinidad and Tobago, it will be interesting to see our beans be certified at the international level. And hence the reason why we were encouraged by the Cocoa Development Company to enter. It will encourage younger farmers and younger people to come into producing cacao beans, or cocoa beans as we call it locally. That will be a plus for our community and our country.
Finally, in Brasso Seco, Stephanie Omardine is yet another producer who has benefited from the promotion and technical work done by Cacao of Excellence to boost the industry on the global level.
I produce cacao because I love all aspects of the fruit, the sweet pulp, the enormous health benefits, and the challenge of creating beautiful and different flavors with every batch. My family and I are committed to sustainable and regenerative agriculture. And with cacao we can do this, as it's a unique understory crop which can be grown with other tree crops and perennials. I think the award event is important in encouraging and celebrating excellence in cocoa farmers and processors, and giving everyone a chance to compete on a level playing field.
Ramdath, Tilaksing, and Omardine's cocoa bean samples were among the final list of 50 for the Cacao of Excellence Awards, which were culled from a submission of 222 samples from 52 countries. With 11 Cacao of Excellence prizes earned by Trinidad and Tobago producers over the years, the high-quality tradition of cocoa cultivation in this country continues, a standard of excellence that is revealed to consumers with every fine chocolate bite. We are now fully immersed in social media. As has long been the case with different mediums of communication, the issue of defamation is ever present within the flow of social media streams, and the concerns have only increased as the popularity of the sites continues to explode.
Defamation consists really of two separate forms, one being libel and one being slander. Libel refers to the permanent form. Often we think of it casually as what is really in writing. Anything that really carries a certain level of permanence. As opposed to slander, which to make simple is really in the oral form. Anything done verbally. Essentially, anything that really lowers the estimation of someone in right-thinking members of society can be deemed to be defamation.
Most of us operate comfortably amidst the notion of freedom of speech or freedom of expression, as defined in several Caribbean countries.
However, it's important to recognize that because your words carry consequences under our laws, these rights are not absolute. An assessment must be carried out to determine whether or not the words used are in fact defamatory.
This fact now leads to further concerns and questions about what one can post or share on social media, beginning with the actual possibility of being sued.
Once it is that material is exposed to a third party outside of the person that is being spoken or written about, then you could potentially be sued for defamation. The law has evolved to suggest that there's serious accountability which attaches to every person who is in charge of an account, which means that the importance of the words that are utilized are prevalent.
Laws also clarify exactly which entities can be sued for defamation. Internet service providers, social media platforms, and website hosts could be exempt. The person or entity that actually made the defamatory statement may not.
Anything that is said, exposed to third parties, can be subject to a claim. Even something as simple as comments being made on a WhatsApp chat group. Numerous persons could be involved, and if a statement is made against a person, and of course there are other third parties involved who are able to assess, read, hear voice notes, these are all things that could even be defamatory.
What protection does a poster have against a defamation claim?
There are several different areas of defenses within the law of defamation. The defense of justification relates to whether or not the matters of fact which are stated are in fact true. So it's really a defense of truth. If it is that certain matters have been said and it is proven later on to be true, that is the defense of justification, and it is an absolute defense.
Well, what if I merely reposted the content that is now being considered defamatory? Can I be sued as well?
Once it is that material is published by you, it can still be a defamatory matter. This area of defamation law is called republication, and every new republication can potentially be a new cause of action in defamation. So it's also important to be cautious as to what precisely you are reposting.
As the plaintiff in a defamation case, what sort of eventual compensation can I receive?
Essentially, the law of defamation considers that you can have, to some degree, compensation in damages, money compensation, or alternatively, to also some degree, your restoration of your reputation, because you are vindicated by virtue of the matter. The court will consider factors such as your standing, the extent of your professionalism, where it is that you are in life, the degree and the extent of the publication, the actions of the defendant, how malicious were his actions, and of course the nature of the words which in fact were said.
As one observes the various defamation matters that are reported in the media, it's important to take a proactive stance in considering the implications of what we post through our apps.
We need to understand that our words have consequences, and they're certainly powerful. And this is why we need to examine more closely the area on the law of defamation.
Even as we continue to scroll through social media platforms and share content in rapid fashion, we must all do so with a degree of caution and responsibility that minimizes the risk of unjustly harming the reputation of others.
2019, I have been performing my arrangements of soca covers and original music on my baby grand piano in iconic spots throughout Trinidad and Tobago. This year, I took my arrangements and music video production to new heights, joining forces with Wasia Ward on cello and Nariba Herbert on viola, creating a captivating fusion of piano and strings set against the picturesque backdrop of the Brian Lara Promenade in Port of Spain. Prepare to be mesmerized by this acoustic, heartfelt tribute of Mical Teja's 2024 Road March winning song, DNA.
The piano girl Johanna.
Hope you enjoyed my performance of Mical Teja's big hit for 2024, DNA. Stay tuned to my social media, Facebook and YouTube, The Piano Girl Johanna, and Instagram @The Piano Girl to keep up to date with my work. This year is the second year I'll be having my own show, The Piano Girl Evolution, at Queen's Hall, Port of Spain. It takes place on October 27, 2024. Well, what a great way to end Caribbean Passport TV. It was such a pleasure being your guide. And to all our viewers throughout the Caribbean, Canada, Europe, and America, I am The Piano Girl Johanna, and we look forward to seeing you on another episode of Caribbean Passport TV.